Hello, everybody. My name is Kyle. This is Kyle's Trail Miles, where I talk about all things trail running and running related. And it is Monday, February, what is it, the 3rd. So it is weekly recap time. Now, last week was an awesome week. The weather was reasonable. I was able to get outside running quite a bit, which I'll talk about here in a second. I hit my 70 kilometers for last week. I hit 3 weight trainings. I want, my A goal is 4 right now, just because of the time of year. I didn't quite hit that, which I'll get into. And I did hit an intervals segment, which is great. And I did set a course record on Strava. So it was all in all, it was a great week. It was a great week because I was able to get outside, which this time of year, it was end of January up here in Canada. I have no business running outside, especially because I'm a bit of a baby when it comes to cold weather, but I was able to get outside almost every day. And so without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, so first day, Monday, I roll out, and what I tried to do was usually I get off work, about 5-ish if I can get out of there on time. And right now it's light until about, say, like the sun's setting right about 5:15 right now down in the valley. And so I've got about a half an hour of light, and then I can pop on my headlamp and I'm good to go. Now, I'm not a big fan of like headlamp running in the night in the cold, but to just finish up a run, like the last 15-20 minutes of a run, when you're already hot and worked up, I don't mind. I probably wouldn't want to go out in the dark per se. I'm just, again, like, I have a treadmill at home. I do that in the winter, but if I can get outside, I'm going to do it. So this day was awesome. Packed my bag, had everything ready to rock, got off work. I drive, when I come home from work, I drive this road here, and then this is where I run normally anyways this time of year. And so I park right here, and then I'm ready to rock. So come down here, it's this beautiful path all the way down to this turnaround point, and then come back, and then there's this hill right here. And this is actually a segment, which if you watch some previous videos, which I've been leaning into getting first place on. But this one on Monday, I just kind of took it easy. It was my first time out, and super fun. 11 kilometers, and yeah, it was just a fun run. So then we get, is this gonna work here? There we go. So then I get home, and my wife and I right now are doing the Carolyn Girvin Epic 3 series, which is total shenanigans. We usually do the Iron series, but we're doing the Epic 3 series. And then once that is done, I am done weight training-ish for the season, once I can get outside. But here we are. So lower body complex. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was like 2 lower body workouts back to back, and then like 15 seconds of rest. Like, my heart rate was 109, which for me is crazy for weight training. And it was actually only 45 minutes. I actually left my watch on while I was sitting on the couch afterwards, just like feeling sorry for myself. And so my actual average heart rate was probably more like 115, which, again, is crazy for me for weight training. So good Monday. And then Tuesday, my legs are already tired from the day before, plus that weight training. But I was able to get out, and then this time I actually rocked in 2 hills. So came down, did the turn, or sorry, came down, and then I came up the hill here. This is actually the hill that I do hill repeats in for the summer, and then, or in the summer, and then I came around, back down, around, and then this is that course record that I'm trying to get, and then back down and back to the car. So 13 kilometers, great run. Again, fun to use the headlamp, and just it was just great to just be outside. Like, after 3 months almost of kind of treadmill or snow, and it was just awesome to get outside. Just kind of reminds you of why we run and what this is all about. So anyways, Tuesday was great. I came home and I was like, I'm out. I'm not weight training, not today. So then Wednesday usually I'll either take off or just do something small, because my kids have stuff going on Wednesday night, so pick up drop-offs and all that shenanigans. But later on that night, my wife and I were able to get in another workout, shoulders, chest, and triceps. And I really want to point out that a lot of my motivation to doing these workouts is just I want to get them done. I say out of 49 there, but we're only doing, I think it's like 40 because there's some cardio ones every, I don't know, so often 5 or 6 or something, which we're not doing. We're just skipping, like, I do enough cardio. And so we're just doing the weight one. So it's about 40. So we're almost like 1/4 of the way through, which I like. It's just a crazy, crazy series. So, anyways, so that was good. So that was Wednesday. So at this point, I'm at what, like 24 kilometers for the week. And then Thursday, I go out, and Thursday was one of those days where I just kind of wasn't like feeling it exactly, those days. And keep in mind, like, this isn't a beautiful sunny summer day. This is like a cold, it's going to be dark, like I'm making this work run. So I have my bag packed, get home, or I get off work, I park in my spot. As soon as I start running, I can tell I'm just, I'm not jazzed to clock in like 15 kilometers. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I head up Ladies Fest, which is the one that I want to, actually the one that I already set the course record on, but Strava didn't recognize it, or my watch didn't, or whatever. Go back to previous videos for that shenanigans. So anyways, and I'm wearing my Triumph shoes, which my Triumph shoes for me are like just a great daily trainer. They're super comfortable. I've already got like 700 kilometers in them. I should retire them, but they show like almost no signs of wear. And so I'm out there cruising along, but I'm like, okay, you know what I'm going to do? Because right now, or before this, I think I was in like 9th or something for this segment. And to get in first, I just got to go like sub 5. I think it was like 5:09 was first. So I thought, why don't I just, like, I want to accomplish something today other than just like a tiny little run. So why don't I try to like just improve my segment, get up into that like maybe 5:30 range or something, get into like 3rd, 4th, and then I can come back and rock it another day. So I come out and I'm kind of just like slow running here, just kind of cruising along. And then this is the segment right here. So it starts here, it goes up this hill, like it's a pretty good grade hill, and then it goes up this little switchback. So all in, it's a kilometer. So I come up here and I'm like, all right, let's see how I do. So I come in, and I'm not screaming like I normally would be if I was coming to set the course record, but I'm just, I'm going okay. And so in order to beat the course record, when I look down at my watch, I gotta be sub 5-minute kilometers. And I come out, reasonably hot. I'm at like 4:30, whatever. And so I'm cruising up, and right about here, right about there, I'm like, ooh, I'm not feeling this, and I'm like, I should just stop. And then I was like, no, man, like, come on, like, let's go. Like, just, you're not trying to get the course record. Let's get like a solid 5:30. So I look down at my watch, and I'm on like 5:40, 5:50. So I'm horribly over. At one point, I think I even saw a 6. And I'm like, okay, well, it all averages out. I don't know. So anyways, so I know that this last little gravelly section here takes me about 30 seconds if I'm rocking. So I get to about here, and I'm like, you know what, like, I feel okay. Like, I could pick it up. So I'm like, all right. So I get rolling. And then I hit about here. And I look down at my watch, and it's 4 minutes has passed. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, I could be to the end of this switchback in 30 seconds. And I can get up this hill in 30 seconds. I'm like, if I decide right now to enact full pain for the next 1 minute, there is a real possibility I could set this course record. So I had to do it. So I'm like, all right, like, let's rock and roll. So I give it everything I got, coming up here, hit the switchback, and then this segment here, I just laid it all out there. I think my heart rate got up to like 180 something, which is crazy high for me. I come ripping around, and of course you don't know at that moment, but I was like, I think I might have done it. So anyways, back to the car, and then boom, I did. So it wasn't even that great, like, was not my A effort per se. Like, I'm pretty sure I could do it in 4:30, but I did it in like 5:02. The record before was 5:09, so I got first place. So my theory on this is that if the guy who has first comes looking for it, then maybe he'll beat it by like 10 seconds or whatever, and then I still got lots in the tank on this one. So because I may not be able to beat some of these crazy fast runners on a flat segment, but running uphill I can usually get going pretty good. So anyways, course record, felt awesome, and it just made for a great Thursday. And again, like at this point, I've run outside 3 days. Like, it's just crazy how much you appreciate running outside when you haven't been able to for a while. So anyway, so Thursday was good. Then Friday, same thing. Got off work. Fridays for me are this magical time, and running right after work on Fridays is the key. So my wife and my kids and we sort of do like, fun Fridays where we order pizza, or, we just kind of do some fun stuff, watch a movie. But if I can, I try to get out right after work on Fridays, whether it be on the treadmill for like an intervals, or in the summertime, just get out for a quick run. But there's something about Fridays. I'm sort of a Monday to Friday guy mostly. And so that Friday right after work run is just like this magical time of just like, you just like let the week of shenanigans, and this week in particular, it was funny. This week there was this one thing at work that was just, it was there. It was just like, ooh. And like, I'm not even kidding you, probably 2 hours before this run, it got solved, or at least as much as it could have. And it was just like, it was something that was just like bleh, on me all week. And then it just like, it. And so I went for this run. I felt amazing. And so normally what I would do here is I kind of come flying down here up, and then the turnaround's like right about here. But I tried to go as far as I could down this little dirt path, and it got like super muddy or whatever. And so I came back, and yeah, it was awesome. This was the run of the week. I really enjoyed this run. So anyways, so now I'm at, I don't know, I haven't been adding it up, like 30-ish kilometers, 435 kilometers, something like that. So then Saturday, Saturday was a great run because, like Saturday, I just had a great Saturday, just kind of bummed around the house and whatnot. And then Saturday night, it got cold. This weekend it was really, really cold. And then, oh yeah, and then we didn't do another weight workout. We only did 3 this week because my wife just had stuff going on Friday and Saturday. So we didn't have sort of time to do the weight workout. Now you might say, Kyle, why don't you just do a weight workout by yourself? Like, what, do you need your wife to do the weight workout? Yeah. Like, if she left me tomorrow because she was tired of my shenanigans, I would probably never pick up a weight again. I don't think I ever would. And so, yeah, like, if she's out, I'm out. And so, but the good news is, because she was out, I was able to crank out a great weight workout. I got a new pair of shoes, Saucony Speed, Saucony Endorphin Speed 4s. I already have a pair, but I bought those Kinvara Pros, which I did a quick review on, which just weren't for me. So I went back to Old Faithful. I mean, I love the Speed 4s. I just love them. I'll do a shoe review on those. And so that was my first run with the new pair, and it was awesome. I actually wanted to keep going. I did 26 because that was my weekly distance goal, but I would have kept going, except it was 10 o'clock at night. So I was like, all right, that's probably good. And then next day, full body weight workout, which was yesterday, Sunday, which was great. And then last night, I had a bit of time, and I really want to start getting interval sessions in. I can definitely notice that. Last year, I was like religious about my interval sessions, but I was only doing 42 kilometers in the winter. Now I'm doing 70. And so I really want to start to try to get another interval session in every single week. I just think intervals are so key. Just getting that leg turnover flying, and getting your heart rate, your recovery. There's just so many benefits to doing a good interval session. So interval session last night was kind of pushing that because I try to be off the treadmill by 9 o'clock because it's super loud in my basement and my kids usually go to bed around 9. But I kind of pushed it a little bit over. But yeah, it was awesome. So awesome week. Yeah, hit my 70, hit a course record, got my intervals in. Only thing about this week was I only did 3 weight training sessions instead of 4, but all in all, great week. So the only challenge I have now is usually February can be hit or miss from a weather perspective, and whew, it is full miss right now. Like we are in an absolute deep freeze. It's like in Celsius, it's like minus 27 this morning, like very cold, like plug in your car, like, you could die if you're outside for more than like a couple minutes cold. And it shows no signs of stopping. Like this time of year, usually if we get cold, like in February, usually it's for, 3-4 days, whatever, and then it'll warm right up. But as far as I can look on forecasts, it's like minus double digits, which is crazy and irritating because there's been times where in February, like early February, I've been outside on shorts and a t-shirt running, and all of a sudden now we're like in this crazy deep freeze that shows no signs of letting up. But it is what it is. I can't change it. And the good thing about it is it's like super far on that end. Like what would really irritate me is if it was like right on the cusp, like I'm sort of anything over like freezing, I don't mind running in. So if it was like 3 or 4 degrees below freezing, and like, you kind of be like, come on man, just warm up a little bit. But this is like, nope, it is way on the other end. I'm not running outside in this. So basically probably no running outside for the next 2 weeks. So my goal is just to get in my 70 on the treadmill and get in an interval session and get in my 4 weight training sessions and just, have a couple more weeks of just some steady, getting that hay in the barn and just getting ready. Season is going to be here before we know it. I mean, it's already February. And then the other sort of good news about all this is once we come out of this whole little deep freeze, whatever the heck this thing is, in a couple weeks, it's going to be light out till 6 o'clock my time, maybe even like 6:30. So I'll be able to get out for some awesome runs after work and just have a little bit more time and whatnot. So the days are ticking by, things are happening. The summer's going to be here before you know it. If you're watching this and you're signed up for a race or you got things happening this summer, man, now's the time. Like there's no more of this. I mean, you can make some excuses in November, December, maybe even early January about how, right, we still got lots of time to train, but this is it, man. It's go time. It is go time. If you're signed up for races now, putting the work in now is what's going to make all the difference. So here we go. Let's have a good week. Thanks, everyone, and we'll talk soon.